So, you want to know about KT KUPKAKE? Well, here I am. I'm KT KUPKAKE. You can call me KT KUPKAKE. Honestly, Kate, KT Cakes, really anything, but don't call me late for dinner. And I am a content creator, and I have been on this journey physically streaming for going on 4 years now. I should take a trip back because back when I was just a little tot, just a little tater tot, or a mini cake, I guess, to go with on brand. Anyways, um, so I grew up with gaming. My dad's side of the family did not, but my mom's mom was a huge avid gamer. They used to fight over the consoles and stuff. My cousin was older than me on my mom's side, and he would show me different games and let me play with them. And I was playing games since I was like two. Like I physically had controllers in my hands before I actually started to walk. And it was just always a part of me. It was my way of dealing with stressors in life. And as I got older, it progressed. My grandfather on my dad's side died when I was 6.5, and I spent every day with him. And then come to when I was 7, I got a PlayStation. Well, me and my sister got a PlayStation, but she's 4.5 years younger than me, so she didn't really use it. But I tried to, teach her because my cousin taught me. And I vividly remember playing like Mario and other games with my cousin, but the pivotal moment for me as like a gamer of my own was when I was 7 and I was playing Final Fantasy 7. And that has just held true. It's my favorite game, which I mean, I guess a lot of people say it's cliche, but for me, it's that moment that I remember, I was 7 and I was playing it, and there was when I beat the first boss, I didn't have any room on my memory card, and there was stuff that I couldn't delete, so I just had to wait for 3 days before my parents could take me to the store. And every morning I'd wake up before school, make turn the TV on, and it was one of those consoles that was like set in wood, really old. I'm dating myself. And I would turn it on, wait for it to power up, and make sure that my game was still where it was. Same thing after school, because I love playing outside with my friends, but like I had to check because it was that's when I also started battling with anxiety. I had my first panic attack at that time too. So it was just my way of decompressing and things. And then as I got older, as I became a teenager, games were my escape, and you know, playing with people online eventually became a thing when I got my first actual job at 18 and I bought myself an Xbox 360, and it opened up the online world to me a lot of great friends through that, and I've always managed to meet awesome people in the online space. And I've gone through phases of playing this game or this game. I've always been a variety gamer, and you know flash forward to when I was in my early 20s, I was really big into Call of Duty. Just like at the top of the leaderboards, I was always, doing well. I was having fun. And that's how I met my now ex-boyfriend. And that was a dark time in my life. It's kind of hard to talk about, but he was abusive, and it was a long road of kind of realizing that I deserve better, and that I don't deserve to be treated that way. And, you know, a lot of that came from those friends that I met online, whether it be gaming or other spaces. But gaming was always what I gravitated towards whenever something heavy was on my mind. And I just kind of needed my brain to work through things in the background while I played something. It's also how I deal with my ADHD. But and so that kind of brings us to coming out of that and rediscovering myself in my almost mid 20s. I went back to school. I got my associate's degree, and then I got my a bachelor's degree both in visual arts, and I was having a hard time in 2018. You know, my early, like late teens, early 20s was also a lot of like battling with doctors before the abusive relationship, and then I kind of got back on track once I started the healing process after that. And so I, went back to school, got back to the things that I enjoyed gradually. It wasn't all at once, but and then I ended up needing hip surgery at 24 years old, and it was a lot. So that's 10 years ago this July, and it was a lot. The doctor said I would have had a better recovery or easier recovery if I had just had a hip replacement, but they don't do them on people that age unless you have some. I had to learn how to walk again because the all of the muscles in my leg locked up, so I physically could not lift it. I had to take my compression stockings and like lift my leg whenever I needed to use it. I had to go up the stairs on my butt because I couldn't physically walk. Eventually, I started walking and then doing physical therapy, water therapy, got back to normal. And, then I went back to school and I got all of that done, and I was graduating. I graduated with my bachelor's in May, and then found out that I had a tumor, benign, luckily, on my thyroid that needed to be removed. I also got my puppy Knox in the interim between. So after I had surgery, he's actually born on the day that I had surgery. So it was kind of just like a sign that he was meant for me. But I had to have half my thyroid removed, and that's been like a long process with weight and everything. And then I got into grad school and went and worked and got my master's in game design. And that kind of is where we come into the content creation sphere. In the summer of 2020, my grandmother was having a serious surgery, and obviously the pandemic was happening, so there was just a lot of stressors going on. And I started streaming. I started streaming on Mixer, and like the week after I started streaming, they were like, "Oh yeah, we're shutting down." And so I took about a month break before I decided to start streaming on Twitch, and then I hit affiliate really fast because I had awesome people supporting me. But that's like not all that being a content creator is. And throughout these years, I've kind of expanded on my editing journey, and I have grown from streaming off of my Xbox to now streaming off of a PC. I've got multiple monitors. I've got like a really nice setup, and this is like my dream setup. There are a few things that I want to add to it, obviously, but having a PC again was always my goal, and I wouldn't have it without my community, and that's always what streaming meant to me. It was, if people are having a hard time, they can come and talk to me, whether it be about that or to blow off steam, and we just vibe with each other. We have a really fun little community, and we troll each other, and we're all gremlins that cause chaos, but we love each other. I just didn't think that it was worth my time and effort because I just didn't feel like I was getting anything out of it. And then that's when my mentality switched, and I was just like, getting out of it, what did we really want? We wanted to open our lives, our community, to people who need some place to feel safe, and that's what we did. And so we've just expanded on that, and since I've come back, I've been more consistent because I want to be that escape for people if they're going through something that I've gone through or something else or whatever, because we never know what people are going through. Can't say that streaming and content creation was the natural path. It's just kind of one that I ended up on, and I'm really grateful for, and there's more to discover. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all so much, and I love you all, and you matter. You belong. So make sure you do something nice for somebody because you just never know what it could mean to that person. And try to live by that daily. Bye.